Hi, I'm Chris Berarder. I'm a priest here at the Church of St. Mark and St. Peter. Welcome to this little visit. Follow me and we'll see some of the new spaces here at the church. The wheelchair ramp is new, so the place is much more accessible now. Those are windows from St. Peter's. And these windows up here were restored recently, and the light on a bright day is just gorgeous streaming in there. The colors are magnificent. And interestingly, the left window says St. Peter and the right window says St. Mark, and no one knows why they were installed years ago with those two saints. It was very prophetic. We converted the former organ loft into a new meeting room. So come on up stairs to see the upper room, as we call it. Putting this door here gives immediate access to youth and children's rooms. There's people practicing before the service.
Welcome back.
Thank you, Andrew. So one of the things we did here was reverse the interior of the church. So the sanctuary used to be up there. Now we've put the sanctuary at the front. So it's now facing eastward. And back here where the sanctuary and choir used to be is now much more accessible for families, for young families, for their needs. Looking forward to the day when we can actually put out all the chairs and gather as usual because of COVID restrictions, but someday we will be there. But part of what COVID's been doing for us, like many churches, is discovering new ways to gather, new opportunities to minister, to meet, to engage together on Sunday mornings.
Okay, so I'm Tim Keener, and I'm a member here at the Church of St. Mark and St. Peter. And I just wanted to share with you a fun incident. A couple of weeks back, we decided that we would take some communion after our communion service and deliver it to people. And so I took some consecrated host that Pastor Neil had given to me and was able to deliver that to 5 different families and people in the neighborhood that I live in the southwest area. And it was really great to stop in and just kind of from the doorstep visit families and offer them a piece of communion and a little prayer for their week. So just one of the ways that we've been trying to thrive in this time of COVID.
So what makes our congregation unique? Probably a number of features, just like any congregation. For us, we've put some priorities around integrating tradition with a sense of contemporary, a sense of liturgy with a sense of informality. And so we see Sunday morning gathering as being a place where we both connect with the transcendence and almightiness of God and with the genuineness and authenticity of faith and individual relationships. And so we have made some changes to how we do worship to reach out to those who are what we call dischurched or unchurched. So people who are dischurched are people who have been turned off by the institutional church. They've either been hurt or they just find Sunday morning traditional worship personally unconnecting, irrelevant even. Those who are unchurched, which is an increasing part of our society, just have no idea what they're going to encounter on a Sunday morning. What is this? It's a big mystery. And so It's important to us that when somebody walks into the church for the first time, not only do they feel welcome, but they also have a sense of they're not going to make mistakes. In the past, people have been unsure about entering church. What are the rules here? Am I going to do something wrong? And there's a little anxiety for people entering into something that's completely new to them. We want people to feel really comfortable as soon as they walk into the environment, and a sense of, you know what, I don't have to put on airs. I don't have to be something I'm not. I can just be here and encounter what I encounter and connect to it. And so part of doing that is connecting with the tradition of the church. So for instance, we use organ music on Sundays outside of COVID. It's a bit more difficult during COVID. But we use traditional hymns. We also have a band doing contemporary music. And that's a lot of our young members in the church are in that band. That attracts them. We involve young people in our worship. So they will do parts, they'll do readings, they'll even do a sermon sometimes, youth. And we also have bilingual elements, so the scriptures will be read both in English and in French. And that's important because our younger members, some of them are Francophone, most of them are Anglophone or Allophone, but have grown up in the French education system or under Bill 101, and French is actually very much part of their identity, even if they are Anglos or Allophones. And so it's important that we also have French present in the building and in our worship. Even our Sunday school classes are bilingual. And so all our teachers are bilingual, can go back and forth, and the kids go back and forth together in both languages, or what we call Kids Connect. On a Sunday morning, another feature is that you will never see just white males at the front of the service. We make sure that we've got as much mixture of people as we can get. So, how did this merger come about between St. Peter's TMR and St. Mark's Ville-Saint-Laurent? About 5 years ago, at St. Peter's, we discovered that the building was falling apart. And once we started to investigate the causes of that and the costs of repairs, it became apparent that the cost of repairs were exorbitant, in the millions of dollars. We could not afford that. And so we started looking around for other possibilities of where we could meet or where we could move. During that process, my predecessor at St. Mark's, Jim McDermott, retired. And so Jim raised with the bishop the idea of St. Mark's and St. Peter's merging, because St. Mark's was also declining in terms of sustainability and numbers. And so St. Peter's was a young congregation, lots of young families, young leaders. St. Mark's an older congregation, and St. Mark's is an excellent location, very strategic location for ministry and mission. And it seemed like a great idea to bring these two congregations together. They could complement each other in important ways. The two congregations have very different worship cultures, worship styles. So there's been a lot of learning, not only learning each other's names, getting to know each other personally, but learning how to combine and integrate two very different congregations in terms of what we do Sunday mornings. So there's been a lot of experimenting, figuring that out. It's not always easy. Innovation and change are always difficult, and you have to risk and you have to try things that won't work till you find things that do work. So that has been an ongoing process for us.